You feel stuck because you've literally stopped evolving. Well, I'm going to get you jump started, back up, ready to go, reboot setting. Ready? Okay. Start with your mindset. And I know you hear this all the time. You have to fix your mind, you have to fix your thinking, da da da. But you literally have to start with your mindset because your mindset is the mold through which your life is created. Whatever you believe up here, whether that's good, bad, amazing, whatever you believe up here is what manifests out here. So you have to start with your mindset. Reinvention begins in the mind. When you're stuck, you're in a state of stagnancy. You're not moving forward because you haven't innovated forward. You haven't recreated forward. We're not on the same version of the iPhone that we started at. They reinvented themselves and became this. You have to do the same. You're not exempt from evolving. Provided you're living, you're not exempt from evolving. You're not designed to be stagnant. You're supposed to be growing. You can't solve your problems with the same mindset that you have been. You can't get unstuck. You can't solve your problems. You can't find a solution to the state that you're in with the same mindset that you have been in, because that mindset is what created what you're in currently. And maybe it served you for a little bit, but it's no longer serving you, hence the you being here. You need a renewed mind and you need new information. How do you renew your mind? You give yourself new inputs. You give yourself new inputs. You give yourself inputs of life. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You need a renewed mind. You need new information. You can't solve your problems with the way that you've been thinking. If you could, you wouldn't feel stuck and you would be evolving. But when you get stuck, it's not a verdict on you or your life. It's an announcement. It's a notification that you have stopped evolving. You've stopped giving yourself new information to regenerate your mind. You've given yourself information that has stunted you. You need new inputs. You need new information to truly transform, and you transform from your mind. You don't transform from outside of your mind. You can't transform from outside of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You can only transform by the renewing of your mind, giving yourself a new mind, giving yourself new thoughts, giving yourself new beliefs, exposing yourself to new ideas. That's how you transform yourself. The next thing I would say is set yourself up for success. If you want to lose 15 pounds, get rid of the sugar in your pantry, get rid of the snacks, get rid of the food that is against the reality of you 15 pounds lighter. Make it really easy for you to succeed. If you want to write a newsletter every day, set up time in your schedule to write the newsletter every day, or start working on the newsletter every day. If you want to get into law school, start studying, set up time, create a system, a schedule, a routine. A system is just a schedule and a routine, something you do repeatedly that leads to an end result. It's like electricity is a system of delivering power. Routine is a system of delivering results. Create systems that give you what you want. Set yourself up for success. You have to do it. No one else is going to do it for you. Don't measure your success based on how close or how far you are from your goal. Measure your success by how often you're doing the system, how often you're engaging with the system, because the more you use the system, the more efficient the system becomes, which is the way of the kingdom of God. That's just how it works. The more you pray, the easier it is for you to pray, and the deeper and richer your prayer life becomes, and the closer you become to Jesus. You don't focus on getting close to Jesus. You focus on showing up to your prayer altar every day at the same time. Don't focus on the end. Focus on the system. And the next thing I would say is commit to a goal. So like I said, you need to create a system, but systems don't exist in isolation to a goal or an end result. Think about the delivering electricity thing that I said. You don't necessarily the goal is deliver electricity. The goal is lose 15 pounds. The goal is write this book. The goal is meet this amount of people in my industry. The goal is get this many subscribers. The goal is the goal, right? Have the goal in mind. Always write it down, because if you write it down, then it becomes plain to the angels that are supporting you, helping you, supporting the will of God in your life, nurturing the will of God in your life. Helps them help you. Write your goals always write them down, because that act of writing it down is you declaring it or you saying it. It's like you bringing it into being before it actually manifests into being. Write it down. And then when you're done writing it down, what you're going to do is you are going to commit to it like your life depends on it. You need to commit. Once you have your goal, that goal needs to be your singular focus. It's really easy to do this in the winter. If you're in the southern hemisphere, sorry mama, but we're in the winter. And in the winter, it is so easy to commit to your goal. Give yourself fully to the goal. Commit or quit. Literally, if you don't commit, just quit. Quit completely. You'll be stuck in this area of your life forever if you don't commit to the goal that brings you out. You have to do your part. God does his part. You do your part. Commit to the goal. Or goals, plural. This is where people end up stuck for longer than they need to be, because they lack the strength in their mind. They lack the strength in their spirit. They lack the strength, period, to commit to something, to give themselves fully to something. They are so obsessed with comfort, so obsessed with feeling like comfortable, so obsessed with feeling like mushy and like soft. And you don't give yourself to hard things. You don't give yourself to hard things. You don't challenge yourself. So you can't grow. Challenge is how you grow. If you don't challenge yourself, you can't grow past the point of the challenge. They gave themselves to a soft life. You can't do that and expect to come out the other side better than you started. Most people feel lost because they literally don't have goals. They know the end result. They know where they want to get, but they haven't taken where they want to get and crystallized it into a goal. You know you want to be financially independent, so what's the goal? The goal is not financial independence. The goal is whatever arbitrary number you've assigned to financial independence or freedom. The goal is not, I want to travel the world. That's just like an idealized thing you want to do. What's the goal? The goal is I want to visit XYZ, XYZ. I want to visit this place, Beirut. I want to visit, Beirut's a little tricky right now, I think. I don't know. I want to visit wherever I want to visit. I want to visit Sydney. I want to visit Hong Kong. I want to visit, Warsaw, whatever. Like, know your goal. You have to have your goal, and then you have to commit to it, because once you're able to crystallize and really say what the goal is, then you're able to map your actions to the goal, to the fulfillment of that goal. You can't just map your actions to, I want to travel. You can't just map your actions to, I want to be financially free. Okay, so how do you get there? What's the actual goal? List out the actual goal. And this is like as important as committing. So once you've listed the goal, tunnel vision, girl, like tunnel vision. You do not stop. You do not stop your system for anything until that goal is actualized, and it will be actualized. There's no room for doubt, because if you plant seeds in the ground every single day, something is going to grow. Something is going to grow. If you plant seeds in the ground every single day, something will grow. There is no world in which nothing will grow. It's fertile ground. You doing your system every day is you planting and watering, planting and watering, planting and watering. The water is consistency. Commit or quit. Do not even think about laying out goals if you're not going to commit to them. How many people that don't commit to things do you trust? They're flimsy. You don't trust them. They're not reliable. They're not trustworthy. Why would you trust yourself then to do something? Honor your word, okay? And the word will honor you. Show your brain that you take yourself seriously. Because if you show your brain that you take yourself seriously, then your brain is like, oh, like this person is serious about this. You rewire your subconscious mind to believe in you. You don't even have to do the work of believing in you. You just have to act like you do. And showing up for yourself, being there for yourself, committing to yourself is how you show the world. Is how you show your brain. And then I think the last thing would be take consistent action. Like, you have to do this. You know that point where you're like getting into a habit and it gets boring to do it? That's when you hit the money point. There's no going back. Push through that little wall of resistance and don't stop. Literally just push through and don't stop. Continue. The fact that it's getting boring is your signal that it's becoming your new normal. And the more goals that you have, that you commit to, the more boring working the system gets, the faster you are transitioning and transiting from your state of stuck to your state of more than enough, your state of new life, your new chapter, your state of new chapter. That's how you do it. You have to reinvent yourself. Reinventing yourself is not a choice. It's a requirement. Nothing stays the same except for Jesus Christ. We're all evolving to become like him. He evolved to become like his Father in the flesh. Why wouldn't you? And Jesus grew and became very great. Like, girl, consistency compounds. It compounds. That's why the more boring it gets, the closer you get. Work those systems. Give yourself to them wholly, and watch how you just become someone you don't even know. Someone you've always wanted to be. Other people are going to be like, what's the recipe? How'd you do that? Oh my gosh. Jealous. People are going to be jealous. Jelly donut of you. Okay, work the systems, ignore the results, commit or quit, okay? Like, keep showing up. Commit or quit. Let that be your mantra. Commit or quit, sis. My lips are so dry, I can't breathe. Commit or quit. See ya.